seconds and counting.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Clutch Entertainment video. Today we're going to be talking about the Texans versus Colts game that happened today. The Texans lost 31-20 to the Colts, and overall, I'm not too disappointed in this loss, just overall because, CJ Stroud had a really good day. He was 30 of 47, 384 yards, 2 touchdowns. He got sacked 6 times, which is a big problem. We just haven't been able to stop the run or run the ball. They've just been dominated in the trenches. We just need to get healthy on that offensive line. It's not good right now. Once it gets healthy, we should be able to run the ball a little bit better. But overall, I just think this team needs to stick to the passing game. I think that's where they're going to be their best. And I think that's where the offensive line is built. I think it's built for the pass game, and they've kind of yet to figure that out. It'll definitely be interesting to see how they adjust from this game. Dameon Pierce, 15 carries, 31 yards. That's just not going to cut it. And definitely part of it is the offensive line, but I just haven't been impressed by Pierce so far. He's not hitting holes as well as he did last year. Even last year in games where, he didn't have good blocking, he figured it out, and he hasn't done that so far. Singletary looked better than him, I thought, and just overall, the run game has been a disaster. They also weren't able to stop the run. Zach Moss averaged 5 yards a carry. Anthony Richardson, before leaving the game, averaged 11, or that's basically 12 yards per carry. He had 2 touchdowns, too, on the ground. You have to be able to stop the run. The Texans' defensive line had one quarterback hit the entire day, and it was on the very first play of the game. That just isn't going to cut it. It's not good enough. You cannot win football games like that. And I get the Texans are missing 2 starting safeties, and they have a lot of injuries, but overall, the way that they played today is just not good enough. They did not play good enough football to win, especially on the defensive side of the ball. The offense did enough to win, I think. They did a pretty good job with just managing game, and Stroud didn't turn the ball over or didn't throw a pick. He did fumble on that first drive, but he didn't throw a pick. He was hitting his open guys. Tank and Nico had a great day. Nico probably had the best day of any Texan, maybe outside of Stroud. But on 9 targets, he had 7 catches for 146 yards and a touchdown. He averaged 20 yards per route. That's great. He had a great day. Tank Dell had a great day. On 10 targets, he had 7 catches, 72 yards, and a touchdown. Mechie had 1 catch. Nice to see him out there. I was surprised to see Brevin Jordan out there. He had 2 targets, 2 catches for 27 yards. I was pretty surprised to see him out there. Schultz, he was okay, I guess. Just overall was just bad football for the most part, but I'm not too disappointed by how they played, just because as long as CJ Stroud is the guy, I don't really think all this matters. They're not going to be good this year. We knew that coming in, but if CJ Stroud continues to progress and plays really good football, that's all that really matters. He is the key to this franchise, and he's going to go, or we're going to go as he goes. So if he can continue to put up games like this, especially behind a really bad offensive line, I feel pretty confident in the Texans going forward. Some things that I'd like to see the Texans improve on, obviously health. They need to get healthy. The safeties need to play better, which hopefully Petrie Ward will be back next week, hopefully, and that'll be a massive help. Because Eric Murray went out in that first series, and after that, they were playing DeAndre Houston Carson, and there's no shot that guy's gonna do anything for you. I'm sorry, he's not gonna produce for you. On the defensive side, nobody really played that well, to be honest with you. Derek Stingley had a good day in coverage. I don't know if he necessarily had a great day or if just everything else was open, but he wasn't targeted many times. I don't know the exact stats on that, but it did not feel like he was thrown at very often. Everybody else was pretty bad. Javier Thomas, who I like a lot, was getting picked on, it felt like. Nobody looked good against the run. It was just bad. The defense just had a really bad day today. And it's just disappointing. I mean, I expected a lot out of this defense, especially after that game against Baltimore where I thought they played really well. I mean, yeah, they were really bad today. I mean, Gardner Minshew, they bring in their backup, and Gardner Minshew, he was 19 of 23, 171 yards and a touchdown. And Minshew's unacceptable. And Richardson was playing well when he was in too. He did not look as good as Minshew passing the ball, but I mean, Richardson was running all over us, and it was just bad. They didn't do enough to win today, and that's just a wild lie. But I definitely believe that CJ Stroud is going to continue to progress, and he is his team's franchise quarterback. And at the end of the day, that is what really matters. I mean, he was sacked 6 times. He was under constant pressure. I want to say they got 10 quarterback hits, but he managed through it. He had an amazing game, maybe one of the best quarterback games of the day, and he just fought. And that's what you want to see. I mean, he was almost out of this game due to his shoulder, but he continued to battle even under intense pressure, and just was not a good day overall for the Texans. But what you saw from CJ Stroud was extremely encouraging. I think that'll do it for this game recap. Next week we're at Jacksonville. It's going to be a tough game. Hopefully we get some guys back. Maybe hopefully Tunsil is back. Hopefully Jalen Petrie is back. Hopefully Jimmy Ward is back. That will be a massive help to the Texans team if that can happen. And we just need to get healthy, and this team will be all right. I know people are really down right now, and I don't think this team is a contender or a playoff team at all, but I think this team is going to be competitive when they're able to get healthy and they figure out an identity, because that's been a lacking problem. They haven't been able to figure out their identity yet with all the injuries, and I think they're eventually going to be able to figure it out. So hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and just let us know if y'all enjoy this type of content, and we'll keep pumping it out for y'all. See y'all next time.